2, 1. Well, Giants fans, welcome back to the mother and son post game show. I'm not sure what to say about this particular Giants versus Dallas game, but welcome. I'm the mother, that's the son. He's not too happy. But what we're going to do today is bring you our honest analysis of the game. But first, please remember to like and subscribe. We have the son shaving his head by December 1. If we have 1,000, if you subscribe and get us to 1,000, he will shave his head live on our December 1 post game show. So please watch that and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But let's get into it. Giants at Dallas in an NFC East showdown, which I had zero expectations for. Zero. That turned out to be such a cluster. I'm going to turn it over to the son so he could give his tried and true analysis and opinion. Go ahead, son.
I think I have bipolar disorder after watching this game. There were so many times I was ready to just give up on the game because of the mistakes that we were making from the jump. Number 55. I'm glad he got benched. It should have been sooner. It should have been sooner.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The mistakes he was making was crazy. If
James
he was on the field
Hudson
any longer,
III.
I don't even want to say his name. He didn't even deserve it. Just 55. That's what I'm identifying him as 55. Because that's what his rating would be on freaking Madden. I'm done. I can't believe he started the game like that, as usual in Giants fashion. We got to do something, some sort of circus act that you get to watch in one specific spot of the line. It's always the left side. Andrew Thomas, somehow we're suffering even when you're not on the field.
It's his fault. It's his fault that Hudson is even out there. 55 is out there because there's there's that they say PUP, player unable to practice. My description of that is actually perpetually unable to play. That's Andrew Thomas.
That is Andrew Thomas. I'm tired.
Unable to play. He's got a no-show job.
Yep. It's unbelievable.
He gets paid to not show up with a stupid foot injury that keeps him on the sideline watching his replacement screw up and get so many penalties in that first few minutes, that first drive. We probably would have had a touchdown way sooner. We had multiple plays, maybe more field goal. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Some of it was coaching. There was a lot of bad decisions. One that really bothered me. Why are you putting Jackson Dart in at the climax of the game? The climax. Not at the beginning! When nothing happened. When the score is 0-0. He put this fool in at the end of the game. And I had one of my friends watching the game with me. He was trying to give Daboll the benefit of the doubt. He said, I think maybe he was trying to give Russell Wilson a break. Who cares? I'm not needing a break. He's an NFL player and he's a veteran. He's been in the league for over 10 years.
Quarterback. He doesn't need a break.
Why would he need a break? Get his behind back in that game. What was the reason? Why was Jackson Dart in the game? Why? He didn't even look like he wanted to be out there at that time.
It wasn't fair to him, to tell you the truth.
Why would you put him in there?
It wasn't fair to Jackson Dart to put him in at that time.
That's just one of the issues I had today. Another issue I have, why is it that we always seem to drive it down the field and then we can't figure out how to punch it in? We started the game off with field goals again. Also, why did we go for it on 4th down? Why didn't we just kick that field goal? You know what the score would be? We wouldn't have had to go to overtime if we kicked that field goal instead of going for it on 4th down. Back-to-back weeks, you did something stupid in the red zone. You send a fucking 300-pounder into the end zone. You send a 300-pounder into the end zone for a route. Now, You're going for it on 4th down. Like you the Chiefs or the Eagles or something. Just kick the field goal.
Just kick the
Just kick.
field.
You're used to doing it anyway. Just do it again.
Just.
Why is it that we suddenly decide, oh, we're not going to be a field goal team? We're not. That's not our identity. At least have that identity. We don't have anything else. Just kick the field goal. Kick it. What, did you have a bet or something or a parlay that we were supposed to not do that? It feels like the Giants bet against themselves sometimes, the way that they play the game, specifically how it is coached. I don't understand it. And then for the rest of that time, when we didn't kick that field goal, I kept saying the score should be this instead of this if we had just kicked that field goal. If we should be down 1 point instead of 4. And I just feel like we didn't call enough timeouts at the end there when the defense was getting ran all over the place. The Cowboys just had an answer for everything. Just call a timeout sooner. Like, who cares if they had more time on the clock? Just call a timeout sooner. The defense looked like they were lost. Help them out. Give them a break. They won't tell you they need a timeout because nobody wants to get benched. You have to make that decision. You see the defense has no answer to anything on the last drive. And your thought was to wait until they get to the end zone, or excuse me, the red zone, to call a timeout when the game is that close. And you know the Giants in the last 9 years haven't beaten the Cowboys in that stadium. You had an opportunity to break a streak.
Last time it happened, Victor Cruz was doing a salsa on the end zone.
You want to know something? The Giants have started 0-2 in this since 2010, in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2024, and now 2025. When is it going to change? Who needs to go up in that office and make the changes? It's clearly not nobody that's there right now. Dayball made a face like he knows he's getting fired this year. You need to get fired. You need to get fired.
Yeah,
Kafka needs to get fired. Russell Wilson. Let me take a break before I say something crazy.
Yes.
What are you doing?
He
threw the game. He literally threw the game. He literally threw it.
Yeah.
He throws the ball behind, so it's not an incompletion. I get he wanted to pump fake. Why are you letting it go and pump fake it at the same time? What do you have, ADHD? Your brain just impulsively made you do 2 things at the same time? How do you do that? I've never seen the quarterback decide that they were going to pump fake, but then commit and throw at the end of the pump fake. What are we doing? Did he get hit in the head? Did I miss him? Was he concussed? And then he throws it right to the Cowboys player. And like the commentator said, he's like, oh, Malik Neighbors, he'll get it. Well, if you actually throw it to him, why'd you throw it on the numbers? You should have threw it outside the numbers. He ran a route that was supposed to be for outside the numbers. Malik Neighbors would have had it too, but you threw it right on the numbers to the freaking safety. You weren't even really pressured that much. There was a little bit of pressure on the left, but he didn't actually get to you. But you just took it and you just slung it anyway. The New York Giants are the only team that can have, we did this before, we can have a player that has over 400 passing yards, 3 or more touchdowns, 2 or less interceptions, and still lose the game. The last time that happened, it was Eli Manning versus Drew Brees in St. Louis, I believe, and the score was like 52-48.
It's going way back.
I'm in PTSD! I said this whole game, I was like, I can't get excited when we have a lead.
Isn't that sad? We can't enjoy a moment of advancement for the team, and because we know that the shoe was going to drop. We know this, so we can't really get into it. Like anybody else, I want to celebrate. I do. When we got the Malik Neighbors got that first touchdown, it was. I celebrated, but also reflected how long it's been since something like this has happened. And then I'm trying to think, when was the last time, we got a touchdown like this? Was it, what part of last season was that it happened? I mean, it's a moment of negative reflection, which is unfortunate that we can't enjoy it.
Tears. I was expecting a victory. I at one point in the game, I was expecting it. Well, and then it slowly faded away when I saw the Giants coming back into their typical throwing fashion. They just throw the game. We got an interception. We don't score on it. We get it. I'm going to say it again. We got an interception. and we didn't get a touchdown. We were on their side of the field when we got the interception. We were practically almost in the red zone, and we couldn't finish.
Couldn't finish.
The line played better than I've seen them play in a long time, and it still wasn't that good. If you think about it from a standpoint of where they were collapsing, they gave Russell Wilson time, sure. But my thing is, we can't run the ball really, because when we get the big plays, it's always called back for a hold. That's the problem. That's why we can't run. Because I'm gonna say it again for anybody that's confused with what I just said. Our offensive line, sure they protected Russell Wilson. We can't run because those big plays we got were most of them were called back for holding. Most of them. We can't block. We can't run block specifically. We got to get better at that. We can't be a team that is known to pass more than run, because you got to be able to run just as much as you pass. That's always the goal. The only teams that get away with being a pass first type of team are, Chiefs, Eagles, Chargers. So teams like that just have those type of quarterbacks. The Ravens can't really do. They can do both because he can run outside the pocket, but he could be a pass first because he's elite. Josh Allen for the Bills, same kind of situation. They could pass first because they have Josh Allen. Like those are the kind of teams. The New York Giants are still known as the clown of the NFL. Like we are not taken seriously until you're in that moment. No. We just lost to a bad Cowboys team, the worst Cowboys team that we will play in this past decade. That is one of the worst versions of that team with Dak Prescott.
I would agree. I would agree.
And we still couldn't win.
Because it shouldn't have been that hard. We have Day, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, in the chat saying over 400 yards and y'all couldn't beat us. You know
that's what I'm talking about.
It's facts.
Bad coaching.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Bad coaching leading to an overtime situation that should have never happened.
Yeah.
Because you decided to go for it on 4th down when you should have just field goal kicked it.
Yeah.
Just field goal kick it.
Yeah.
Who cares if we could kick 20 field goal kicks? I don't care. If that wins us the game, kick it 20 times. I don't care. Just get the field goal kick.
First of all, let's go to the final minutes of the fourth quarter in the regular game time, whatever we call that. The final moment when Malik Neighbors gets he catches that long pass from Russell. I mean, Russell just. It was,
Russell's playing like
Olsen said 2013 Russell, right? That's how I started laughing because it was a moment, right? Neighbors catches it in the end zone. There's 25 seconds left. He gets kicked. We're up. Before that happened, I already had wrote the game off. I didn't think that in the 56 seconds we had left after the Dallas screwed up. I didn't think we could do it. I was like, we can't tie it up because we were down 4. I was like, okay, so we're not going to get a touchdown in that whatever seconds were left. We're not getting that. But we did. And I'm thinking, okay, I feel safe now. And at least we can win. We can win it.
I've never felt safe the whole time.
And I had a moment. It's like, okay, this is it. It's meant for us to win. But then, when they started to go in Aubrey, I was like, damn, Aubrey's going to go out there and do what he does. And he did. 64-yarder field goal. So when you have that type of player that you can rely on to tie up a game like that and bring it into overtime, first of all, number one, game should have never gotten into overtime for all the reasons we've already said, especially the first half where the Giants racked up, 9 penalties that undid so much yardage that our players were balling. They were playing. They were really killing it. It was unbelievable what I was looking at. And again, I had no expectations for the game. I didn't think anything of that type would happen. But after the half, in the second half, both teams started doing things. I mean, first of all, the penalties continue on both sides. That was interesting. Both teams started getting those penalties. But I never thought the Giants would be as competitive in this particular game in the second half, and they ended up in overtime. I don't even know when was the last time they went into OT. They haven't been worthy of an OT game in quite some time. So,
We had
and this
six
one shouldn't have been that.
opportunities. We had almost
And
6 opportunities to stop it from being an overtime game.
yeah, it shouldn't have been. And I didn't feel when the opportunity when I again before Neighbors went out and got that last touchdown in the in regulation. I didn't think we could do anything with trying to come up from 4 points. I just didn't think it could happen. And I said, if we do, if say it had only been 3 points, and I didn't think we could tie it up, and I felt uncomfortable about us going into overtime because at one point I was like getting sleepy, and I was like, okay, maybe we could tie it up. I was like, no, Aubrey got the kick. It's now you're 4 points behind, and I was like, okay, there's no way we can do anything with that, and I just wrote it off. But the thought about going into overtime also made me uncomfortable regardless because I didn't think
Yes.
that the Giants could
They
win
can't
in
play in
overtime.
overtime.
Yeah.
We can't even play in regulation. Like we can't finish. We never finish. We're the team that usually just throws it all out there in the first half. And since the offense already stinks, it's not much. But
Yeah.
with this team, you never know what to expect. The first week they looked just like Giants of old. This week they look different. But it was again against a bad Cowboys team. Not saying we're good or better. We're about the same in terms of how bad we are. That just showed you. We had to go to overtime and use the whole dang 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Yeah, we benefited from the change in overtime rules of both sides getting a try. Which is I wasn't aware that rule had changed. I'm actually glad it did, but it did not benefit us. We have Tony from the Bronx says got our hopes up for nada, but hey, it was I guess for nothing. But hey, it was it is what it is, and we used to do this. So what's one more loss, right? On the other hand, Dayball doesn't want to be a coach of this team. You can see it in his face. You know what, Tony from the Bronx? That might be true.
I
He
like the
might be
call out
oh
there.
he might
I
he
like it.
might he might be done mentally with because he just think about as a human being who joined the team. It was at a peak level high, coach of the year, all that stuff, and then from then on, just downhill. I mean, and he's getting so much ridicule. New York sports media getting killed. Podcasters like me and the Sun, we're killing every week talking about negative. Let me just say this. I was at a supermarket. By the way, supermarkets, Giants fans hang out at supermarkets. Every week now, I'm seeing Giants fans at supermarkets, and I live in Eagles country. But yesterday was in a supermarket parking lot again, and this time no one said anything to me because I wasn't wearing anything Giants. There were two dudes in the middle of the parking lot arguing over the Giants offensive line. I rolled my window down. I said, I got to hear this. And then one guy was wearing a Giants shirt, the other guy wasn't. And they were yelling at each other and talking about Dayball. Everybody's talking about Dayball in the offensive line, even in supermarket parking lots. Two guys, okay? So it doesn't even make any sense. I agree with you, Tony from the Bronx. It's really a last chance for Dayball, and I think he's good with it. He's probably good with it.
Here's the thing. I got something for Tony from the Bronx. Here's my hot take. It's not really, I guess it was, I don't know. You guys decide if it's a hot take. My mother can also decide. I think that coach of the year was a fluke because let me explain. That year, every single team in the NFC East made it to the playoffs. We had the easiest schedules, all four of us. Giants had one of the easiest schedules. Cowboys had one of the easiest. Eagles, Commanders, etc. We all had easy schedules that year. Every single team made it to the playoffs that year. And then after that, it was just Commanders and Eagles
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
Because the schedules got harder. And now all of us have a tougher schedule, but we have the toughest schedule out of our own division and in the NFL in general. And this is the product. This is this is the result. This is what you get. The Cowboys game, sadly, ironically, that was our easiest game we could have played in these next stretch of 6-5 games out of the first seven. That was our easiest game to play. and we lost it in overtime. So I say Dayball never outside of that one year, if you look at it, he didn't do anything in New York. And I just think that it was always going to be a failure because that coach of the year he had, that was when all 4 teams in the NFC East made it to the playoffs. It was our easiest schedule out of the years he's been our head coach. I just think it was a fluke. It's easy to overlook after looking at his. He literally the next year after that, we couldn't even buy a win. We got like what 5 wins, and then the season after that, horrendous.
It's just been.
And now here we are again, starting 0-2 under Dayball. Well, first we started 2-0. We went from 2-0 to 0-2, back to back to back. You could really overlook his 1 year. You could overlook that coach of the year season.
I mean, at this point, you have to. It's so far back. You have to overlook it.
It was a fluke, absolutely, and I agree with you. You have to overlook it. You can't reflect on it.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, well, he did this. It was 6 seasons ago, whatever it was. It feels like 12 seasons ago.
It was a while ago. He came in. Remember, he didn't come in with Daniel Jones. He came in during.
Oh, that's
Daniel
right.
Jones.
We've had other schmucks.
Yeah,
doing.
Daniel Jones has played for I think 4 head coaches already. Well, wait, it was it Shermer as well? I think it was. I think Shermer, McAdoo.
Didn't he leave? Didn't he retire when Eli retired?
I don't remember. This is how you know we just tried to block it out. Oh, I know.
Not retired. Not retired. Leave. Not retired. Leave because he's now doing.
Yeah, no, he didn't retire.
Else.
He left.
He's doing
Joe Judge.
Else.
I believe Shermer. I think he was under Shermer. I swear he was. Either him or McAdoo. One of those schmucks. But it was at least 4 head coaches. So this is what we have. This is another 0-2 start. We lost our first game against the second longest rivalry in NFL history, the Commanders, and now the streak continues where we cannot beat the Cowboys in their own stadium. Looks like that'll be a 10-year streak now.
10-year streak. And you know what? Again, I had no expectations for them to do anything special today, the Giants. I had no dreams of them, riding off into victory in any capacity. Didn't think that was going to happen, and it didn't happen. But, it looked like it was going to get close, but they just didn't deliver. They couldn't close it out. They couldn't finish in a way that would lead to victory. And I'm sickened by the injuries that we have. Some of our best players are watching from the sideline. Evan Neal, who they didn't mention, was injured. I
forgot he was even on the freaking team.
He was.
What a bust! Wait! Abdul Carter cannot slide away from this. Where have you been?
Where is
Abdul Carter? I watched you in overtime. You didn't do anything. I'll be honest. I watched that running back run past you.
I didn't hear his name really.
That running back ran past him for that big play. I think it was like a 30, 25-yard run, something like that. He ran right past him. Abdul Carter, I'm going to call it right now, just so that it doesn't happen so people can say I'm stupid. Abdul Carter is a bust. I'm calling it right now. I'm just calling it. He hasn't done anything. I haven't seen him do anything. I haven't heard his name. I haven't seen him really in a play somewhere getting the sack. I believe he was in 1 sack last week. It was like 1, and I think 1 was like a half sack or something like that. It came on Thibodeau. But we didn't win that game, so I don't care. This game, I didn't see him do anything. And he had a whole full regulation game and a whole extra 10 minutes in overtime. I didn't see nothing. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to hold him to this. How dare you ask Lawrence Taylor to unretire his jersey so you can wear it? And you haven't even done anything more than 1 sack.
There's ignorance and arrogance. And he definitely was ignorant for that.
Like, I can't. I can't. It doesn't make any sense. He had 1 assisted tackle today. 1.
All that time that was played today.
That's it.
On the field.
1 assisted tackle. That was our first round pick in the top 10. 1 assisted tackle. How many times are we going to fail in the first round? I'm calling it a failure right now because that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's
His
definitely a
his career,
failure.
his total career right now, he has 4 tackles. 2 of those are assisted, and a half sack. He doesn't even have a full sack. I actually buffed his stats. He has a half sack and 4 tackles. Those are his stats, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 games. I get it's only 2 games. I understand that. But he doesn't even, I just don't see any pressure from him, really. I'm seeing it from Burns, Kayvon, and Dexter Lawrence. And that dude, number 90, that came off the bench, he had a better play than Abdul Carter. He bull rushed that left guard right into the quarterback, sacked Dak Prescott. That's a better play than I've seen anything Abdul Carter do so far in the regular season. Who cares what he did in preseason? Who cares what he did in practice? You got to do
Exactly.
what's right there in front of you in those 45 minutes, an extra 10 minutes that they gave you, and you
You
still
can't
did
live in
nothing.
the past. They can't let these guys live in the past with whatever accolades and
Bum,
successes they've had. Bums. Total bums.
straight bum.
Let me ask you a question. Uh, did we have an easier go at it because Micah Parsons is not no longer on the Dallas Cowboys team? Do you think we were able to do some of the things that we were doing because there was no Micah?
Yeah, Russell Wilson had all the time in the world to throw the football. The Commanders have a better pass rush than the Cowboys now by quite a bit. You saw what happened with Russell Wilson first week with the good pass rush. That's going to happen again next time we go against a good pass rush. Don't think it's over, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think that offensive line fixed it. Don't think they figured it out. You know, look at our track record. You know
It's
they didn't
definitely
figure it
not
out.
figured out.
That's just
It's
a
not
bad
figured
pass
out.
rush. Watch, at the
Yeah.
end of the season, I'm calling it now. The Cowboys is going to have a bottom 6 pass rush in the NFL. By the end of this season, they're going to be in the bottom 6.
Mm.
It's not a good pass rush. Not a good pass rush. It's atrocious. You just saw how bad they were against the Giants. You just saw it. Jalen Hurts was able to do whatever he wanted. He got out. He ran out of the pocket. Jalen Hurts ran all over those boys.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to stop any other quarterback that's mobile like Jalen Hurts or a team that has a better offensive line from running all over them? I'm telling you, we lost to a very bad Cowboys team. We gave the game away. Dayball needs to get fired. Joe Shane needs to just go up in there, right in that vehicle with him and leave as well. They both got to go. That rest of that coaching staff has to go. Everyone that makes decisions in that office for drafting and everything and prospecting talent in college, all of them have to go. Everyone in that office is just bad for winning. They're bad for the culture of the fans and everything about the New York Giants Big Blue. Terrible. I can't believe they put me on that emotional roller coaster to sit here and still be processing that we lost that game and went to overtime. The Giants are the type of team that make you believe and just take it away from you. They take it. They say, "Why'd you even believe in us, idiot?" And walk away,
Yeah.
leaving you looking stupid.
Yeah.
I can't believe you had more faith in them than I did today because I still wasn't trying to believe it. I was still saying that they could lose this game in some way, shape, or form because it's the New York Giants. Look at what they've mentally put me in. Like I'm in a mental block.
A very negative
I'm scarred.
attitude.
I have PTSD. I've seen them lose in situations like that too many times. The classic phrase, I've seen this movie before. We've seen
Yeah.
this before. I
Yeah.
remember a couple years ago, we lost to the Commanders the same way. Back when their name was the freaking Washington football team. We lost, I think, by 3 points, and it was literally the end of regulation. It wasn't no overtime.
We
It was
lost
the end
to a
of regulation.
no-name team.
They didn't even have an identity. They had no
No,
identity.
they had no branding. Oh my goodness. Grant Anderson says fire uh Joe Shane. And
Fire Joe Shane. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's
Fire Joe
yeah,
Shane.
yeah,
He needs to
yeah.
go. He's bad for New York Giants. He's bad for football. So is Dayball. They're both not going to have jobs when they're done with this. I hope nobody hires them. They do not have a good resume to look at from these last several years. And Hard Knocks is a great glimpse at how they discuss things
Yeah.
and make decisions. Dayball is a prick.
Let's not call them let's air quotes decisions. Because those were whatever they were doing last year, those weren't decisions. That they were throwing darts, hoping, no pun intended, throwing darts, hoping that something would net out to be positive for them. But no. Retired in Naples is one, I believe, is one of our newer subscribers. So thanks for stopping by. Says after watching this ish show, I have to watch some good teams play. Well, we all feel the same way. We
I
all
feel
feel the
that.
same way.
Maybe
Yeah,
the Chiefs will beat the Eagles.
I know we
I'm
play
about
the
to go put my
Chiefs.
Mahomes jersey on. You know what? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. We're identity changing real quick. Hold on, Chad. We about to
the
bounce
sun,
back, baby. Here we go.
the sun is
My
changing, but
homeboy.
okay, but this week
Don't
he's
get me
because
started.
next week the Giants play the Chiefs. He may not be paying attention to that, but he does like he is a just as an individual, he appreciates
All right, baby.
uh
Here go the Chiefs, baby. Let's go, Chiefs.
he made a quick change. He
Let's
does
go,
like
Chiefs, baby. The
that
camera's in the
was
fix. Give it a second.
that was very quick.
It
you
is.
know
The
we
camera's
play
in
the
the
Chiefs.
fix.
We play the Chiefs next week, right? You know that,
That's fine.
right?
You don't lose anyway.
It's true.
Let's go, Chiefs. Beat those Eagles, baby.
The son loves his Mahomes jersey.
This is my
And he,
hero. He stopped the Eagles from getting at least 2 rings in the Jalen Hurts era. I'm grateful that he got one of them. We can't let him get any more.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Can't gas them up
I
anymore. They
like I
already
like
gassed
I like
themselves
I
up.
like
Those
Mahomes as
pigeons.
a quarterback as well. I can't say I'm rooting for the team, but I do like Mahomes as a quarterback
If the
as
Chiefs
well.
beat us next week, don't be surprised if I'm wearing this. Don't be surprised. I'm saying, oh, oh,
Retired in Naples says, "Go Chiefs, go this week only."
oh, oh.
Exactly. Go Chiefs, go this week only. Thank you,
Let's go,
retired in
Chiefs,
Naples.
baby. Beat those Eagles, baby.
And well, you got to say what retired in Naples said this week only.
This week only. Next week, well, I mean, hopefully that pass rush doesn't kill us. I don't even want to discuss what the Chiefs might do to us next week. Let's just
I
deal
don't know.
with
I
one
need,
crisis at a time.
right. They're playing as we are speaking. I'm gonna, catch whatever I can catch
I'm
of
about to
that
catch them.
game.
I'm watching that game just to watch the Eagles lose.
Yeah. Well, I want to see how they regrouped after, after
They have a lot
because
of injuries,
they didn't do so well.
and they have a lot of injuries still.
So
So
yeah, so
they're
I'm
struggling.
hoping to see that see how they Andy Reid got them regrouped them to see they're looking back in some sort of form of what we would recognize them as, because I didn't see that last week. So anyway, I think we've really kind of unpacked what happened in this it's startling finish of a week 2 game against the Dallas Cowboys. It was not something that, again, I didn't think anything of, but they got us in an emotional space to for me to believe that, oh, there's something we could do. The son never believed it. He just felt like we would get to a point where we could potentially win it and screw it up, and that's exactly what happened.
Russell Wilson took our hearts and crushed them
Yes,
into tiny pieces.
and I'm sure he is very crushed because I think he wanted to win really bad. I think, especially given that him and Dak are both in their last chance seasons. Dak last chance with Dallas, and of course with Russell. I think the last
As
chance
just
for
a
the
player.
in the NFL, because I don't think that maybe he could be a journeyman quarterback. I don't know if anybody wants him for that reason, and I don't know that he wants to do that. He has a family. He has a very successful wife. And I think that, going from team to team at this point in what is he, 36, 35, 36 years old?
So he's
It's not,
38.
no, he's not 38. I think
Maybe he's
he's
36,
36.
37. Somewhere around
Yeah.
there.
I don't
He's
think that
almost 40. He's
he's
getting
not
there.
trying to flow like that anymore.
No.
So I think, and I know that from the Instagram pictures of both him and Sierra, I'm seeing that they're really enjoying their time living in the New York area.
Well, enjoy your
So
time and win some freaking games.
they're definitely taking advantage of living in the New York area. So, last chance. And I think he wanted this win. It would have definitely put a feather in his cap, as they say. And he didn't get that feather. So 0-2 New York Giants season, 2025 season. Once again, we are starting at a deficit. and it's not fun, and it's definitely not funny. So close this out, son. I think it's time to just let everybody know about our challenge, the 1,000 subscriber challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we're in Inception and permanently stuck at being 0-2, majority of our time being Giants fans. But don't let that stop you from helping us reach our 1,000 subscriber goal by the beginning of December, almost the end of the year. Technically by December 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
This needs to happen. And if it does, I will shave my head bald. And now I'm going to add on top of it, I owe at least 60 squats for cursing. So after I shave my head bald during the Patriots-Giants game live, I will be doing however many squats it'll be, but I'm tallied it currently at 60 squats.
Oh,
so you'll get to see me, my mom laugh at me be bald, and then watch me suffer trying to not skip leg day.
Yeah.
So please help us reach 1,000 subs. We got 5 subscribers last week. Let's keep it going. Let's see if we can get 20 subscribers. Let's see if we can get 30. Help us get into double digits. Let's see if we can get up there. Help us out. Tell your friends to come help and subscribe. They get to see this funny content week in and week out. We always post after every game. And then we're going to try to be more active in the offseason. We're still getting used to that. We do put out videos in the offseason and preseason, but we always put videos out after every game. So
every game. We're a post-game show.
Yes.
And commiserate.
It's mainly a post-game show. Commiserate, vent. We could cry together, laugh together, cheer together, whatever it is. We could curse out a team together.
I look forward to cheering together. I look forward to cheering.
We haven't done a dancing celebration in a very long time.
We used to do a dance. I have all this like stuff that I use to celebrate Giants wins. It's like dusty. I have to like dust it off. I had a moment, son, today where I was like, well, what song will we dance to?
Why did I think that too?
You had a moment.
I did.
Had a moment.
But it went away very quickly. I was like, stop, nonsense, don't jinx it. Just lock in. I tried.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Michael Holmes. Thanks for coming in. Another loss. Yeah, Michael, another loss. It's not a good situation.
No.
We try to do our best, and it just sucks.
It's unfortunate. It's a shame.
Yeah.
But sadly, we must push forward and prepare for the misery that is the Giants-Chiefs game. We now have a new crisis on our hands.
Crisis. Every week is a different crisis. You know what? Well, we should be learning some crisis management tips from this. I don't know what those would be, but
you can't, because every situation is different and unpredictable. You never know when it's going to happen. We just went to overtime with the Cowboys in their home stadium and took the whole overtime just to lose by freaking 3.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Losers.
77 total points scored on the board.
It was
over 400 passing yards.
Unbelievable, but it happened, and we have to move on. And
yes, like and subscribe, please.
Share our podcast. Tell everybody else, other Giants fans or Cowboys fans to watch us. Check us out.
Any fans.
Well, anybody
we love
who
talking with other fan bases.
Yeah. Please leave comments. All
even
that
if it's
good
aggressive.
Stuff. Not too aggressive though.
Not too aggressive. I'll give you the boot.
Oh, thanks, Micah Holmes. He said he's getting a hoodie from us. Yeah, check out our merch.
Yes.
Merch is right below our stream today. It's below the videos. You can also
visit you, Michael.
Retail Secret. That's retailsecret.com. And that brings you to our merch shop. Check it out. But you can, of course, find that merch shop at the bottom of the stream. And there's something usually floating around on below too. We got hoodies. We've got everything.
We got t-shirts.
Oh, thanks, Days. He loved watching you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Dave says they're a Cowboys fan. It's all good.
That's fine. Good. Congrats on the win.
Everybody.
Good luck next week. If you can beat the Eagles at least one time, that'd be great. Just one time to humble them, please. Because we're not going to be able to do it.
We can't do it.
You almost did it in week 1. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I don't know. Stop Jalen Hurts. That's all you got to worry about. Stop him. That's not true. Stop Saquon too.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're closing it out. Take care, everybody. We'll
So
see you
long,
next
everybody.
time.
We'll see you next week.
Check us out throughout the week. We'll have some shorts out. Thanks,
Yes.
everybody.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we are done. We
Jesus.
had 39 minutes, most